Soon, the Senate will be voting on that massive $95 billion foreign aid package that the House passed this weekend. President Biden urged the Senate to act quickly. 4 bills providing aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan, as well as a potential TikTok ban, are expected to glide through the Senate swiftly. The president says he will sign them. Joining us now, senior staff writer with The Hill, Alex Bolton. Alex, thank you for joining us. Let's talk about the potential snags to begin with getting this bill passed. What are we anticipating today?
Well, at 1 o'clock, there's going to be a vote on a procedural motion to allow senators to actually amend the bill. If that's expected to fail, if it did pass, it'd be a problem because any changes to the legislation would mean sending it back to the House and further delaying it. But the effort to amend the bill is expected to fail. And then at some point after 1 o'clock, the Senate will vote to advance this $95 billion package to a final vote. And right now, there are negotiations to try to get that done tonight. One of the complications here, it is the second night of Passover. So we'll see whether this gets done tonight or pushed over until tomorrow. Senators want to get this all wrapped up today because this is supposed to be a recess. They had other plans, so they'd like to get out of town as quickly as possible.
Does it sound as though there's much opposition, or do we think this all will get done?
I mean, this bill got 70 votes on the Senate floor back in February, so it has strong support. And it passed with a huge or very large majority in the House. So I think it's, I'm talking about the rule to send this thing over to the Senate. So it has strong bipartisan support. It's just a matter of time to see when it passes. And once it does, weapons will begin flowing to Ukraine. Estimates are that some long-range missiles could get to Ukraine as soon as next week.
Wow, which would be incredible for Ukraine. What about the specifics of the military aid for Israel, given some of the tension that we're seeing on college universities and campuses across the country?
Well, there is Democratic opposition led by Senator Bernie Sanders, who's speaking on the floor right now and complaining about this package. He wants to amend this bill. We'll see whether he gets a chance to, but for weeks and weeks, he has been stating his very strong opposition to money in this package that would go towards the Israel Defense Forces' ability to wage an offensive campaign in Gaza. What liberal Democrats are saying is that they will support money for Israel's Iron Dome defense system to protect itself from rocket attacks from Iran, like we saw a few days ago. But they do not want to provide any money for Israel to conduct its offensive operations in Gaza, citing the death toll that's now around 34,000 people.
You've also got money going to Taiwan as a proposed part of this bill. What has been the response from China with this on the table?
Well, there hasn't been much focus on that, to be honest. The amount of money is relatively small compared to the bigger size of the package, or the whole size of the package. But certainly, this is not going to help relations with Beijing. U.S. companies cite tension between the Chinese government and the American government as their biggest concern about doing business in China moving forward. So this is only going to add to those regional tensions, but it's not a huge amount of money. So I don't think it's going to have a dramatic impact on what happens between China and the U.S. over the next few months.
There is, however, a lot of chatter about the TikTok portion of this bill, and not really a potential ban, but forcing ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, to sell, extending that timeline from 6 months to a year. Talk about the implications of this part of it.
Well, TikTok is very popular in the United States, especially with younger people and young voters. And so that's certainly something weighing on senators as they debate this TikTok ban. Now, they like to frame it as something that will force the Chinese owner, ByteDance, to divest from TikTok so that Chinese intelligence services don't have access to Americans' data. But the ByteDance has indicated that it is not about to give up its ownership stake in this very valuable algorithm that runs TikTok. It's considered one of the best, if not the best, algorithm on social media today. So while the proponents of the ban or divestiture language are saying, like, look, this won't ban the popular app, it'll just force the Chinese owner to sell it. Well, it remains to be seen whether China is going to give up that technology. And if it doesn't, it could in fact mean a ban.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.